So I bought this on DVD a few months ago, and I finally watched it. The wraparound segment's called Diet Phantasma. It's probably my favorite one, I think, or at least second favorite. It's about this company that's trying to make this soda that can mind control people. But every time they do it, it gruesomely kills people. And it's just really fun. I really like this segment. It's very bizarre. And I believe, I may be wrong, but I think this is the first time the wraparound segment doesn't in the movie. I think maybe VHS Beyond was also like that. I'm not sure because they end up doing another segment after the wraparound ends. The second segment is Coochie Coochie Coo, which just fucking sucks. It's just these girls go trick or treating and they're too old to, and one of them's kind of rude. Like she's slut shaming a teenager that got kidnapped and said it's her fault. Um, and then there's like just generic creepy stuff. And it also feels a lot like a VHS segment we've already seen very early on in the series, either VHS 1 or VHS 2. I think it was VHS 1, where they had like supernatural shit and the walls moved around and they had to try and escape the house, but then they got left on the train tracks and got hit by a train. It feels a lot like that one, but just not very good. It also has a photo that's very clearly AI, which just makes this segment even worse. The next segment is a Spanish one that I can't pronounce, so I'm not even going to attempt to. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I love watching horror movies that speak different languages, and I love watching them in their original languages. I like Battle Royale, Train to Busan, and plenty of other horror movies, but those are the two that instantly come to mind. They're just instant horror classics, in my opinion. Cult classics, if you will, even though Train to Busan's not even 10 years old yet, I don't think. Yeah, it's only 9 years old, so it's almost there. This one's pretty good. It's about a guy who's being accused by the police of killing people, but they also don't believe that he did it. There's no evidence that he's the one that killed all his friends, so they're trying to help him out. They want him to do a play by play on everything he did, what happened, and they take him back to the scene of the crime. And it turns out he was possessed by a demon and he did kill them all. It's very creepy, it's very interesting, and it's just such a good segment, and it kind of leaves you wanting more. It's a really good segment. The next segment is Fun Size, which, funnily enough, is definitely the most fun one. The villain of the movie has a very cheap costume, but just looks really cool, honestly. It's another, trick or treating one. They go trick or treating, but one of the kids takes two pieces of candy when he's not supposed to. It says take one piece. So they all get pulled into the bowl and they have to fight this like chocolate bar demon thing. This one, the acting isn't great. It's not great. The actors in this aren't very good. I mean, the one girl literally sees her boyfriend get chopped up and she just has such a bizarre reaction. So it's kind of the writing and the acting that ruins it. Um, it just, it's still really fun though. I really enjoyed it. Um, like the chocolate bar guy pushes a guy down on the ground, and next we see him, he's in his underwear on a conveyor belt. It's so bizarre. It's really fun. It's got some crazy kills in it too. The segment ends with a very funny joke where this kid says, "I took two. Is that bad?" And then it just has the fucking bull zoom in at his mom and kidnap his mom. The next segment is Kid Print, which was actually my favorite one, and it is about this guy who is taking safety measures because people have been kidnapped on Halloween. But the plot twist is, little did he know, his own employee was the one doing the kidnappings and killing people in the store while he was gone since he worked at night. But one day he comes back to the store early and sees what's going on. There's also another employee, Miles. We never see what happens to him, so I guess he's one of the rare characters in a horror movie that just survives. Because he just isn't that important, I guess. Um, the villain in Kid Print is a guy named Bruce, and he's just fantastic. This is probably the most disturbing one, too. So if you get a bit queasy, I probably wouldn't watch this one, because this one is mainly just Bruce murdering kids. It's pretty messed up. But at the same time, it's just the most VHS segment there is. Because VHS has always been a pretty messed up series. That's like kind of the whole appeal, is finding a VHS tape with messed up things on it. That's how, like, at least the first two movies went. I I think they kind of dropped it after that. Like, Viral didn't do it, and none of the other ones did it. Um, it's just, I really enjoy the VHS movies. I think they're fun. I love found footage. VHS is probably one of my favorite found footage. I do think this is probably one of the weakest installments in the VHS series. Maybe it's better than Viral. I don't even know, because I've never been that big of a hater of Viral. I do agree it's probably one of the weakest, but I think Viral might be better than this one, even though there are some strong segments in here. I just feel like there isn't enough. Kid Print was really good, though. It ends with Bruce framing his boss and people thinking he's the killer, and Bruce is going to continue running the shop. So he's going to continue killing kids. Pretty messed up ending. The final one is Home Haunt, which I thought was going to be like a backstory about the guy from the wraparound segment, but it wasn't. So I totally had my prediction wrong there. I did guess Bruce was the killer in the last segment, but I felt like it was obvious. I mean, they have a line about how Bruce doesn't like people being back there. So pretty obvious. Anyway, Home Haunt's about this guy that makes like a haunted house every year with his son, but his son grows out of it and doesn't want to do it. His mom convinces him to do it off screen by blackmail, apparently, and he ends up stealing a book from a Halloween store that is haunted. Well, it's not actually a book, it's a record. I thought it was a book at first. And the record's haunted and causes the haunted house to turn real. And the haunted house starts killing his customers. It's pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It ends with a witch escaping and killing a bunch of strangers on the street. And then there's one last kind of like post-credit scene, with the wraparound segment showing that the sodas have in fact been shipped out, which was said by the boss at the last segment. And now they have children promoting it and about how it's scary good. Overall, I think VHS Halloween, especially being a later addition to the series where the later ones have been pretty good, is just disappointing. Kid Print was fun. The haunted house was fun. Fun Sized was kind of fun. And I did really enjoy the other Spanish one. But Coochie Coochie Coo was just such a letdown of a starter that the other segments, even though they were pretty good, just felt like a letdown. Coochie Coo was just bad. Hell, it felt like it was a knockoff of Barbarian.